What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome back to another video. It's Chenyu again, me, and I will be talking about a few currency pairs like Euro USD or gold. So without further ado, let's delve right into the charts on Euro USD, guys. So actually, I feel like Euro USD have potential to continue heading down. And just now, I was in for some nice longs all the way up to about 1.0647. Okay, I will analyze that with you shortly. However, I will also I also believe that EURUSD can actually hit down further from now, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Okay, so let's just talk about the daily time frame as a whole. You can see that price have been bullish, largely bullish, and it has been reacting off this supply zone right here. So if you can see that supply zone is currently being rejected, and we could potentially see price hitting down further to about 1.0577 and further below. And if you go down to the 4-hour time frame, guys, let's see the 4-hour time frame. We can see that price is in a way kind of accumulating and retracing currently, and I believe that price can potentially hit up further. However, there's a few levels to take note of first, guys. So there is a demand zone over here. Okay, this demand zone right here that we can potentially look at for price to hit up further. That is an area to look out for, guys. Okay, and also if you go down to the 1-hour time frame, guys. Okay, 1-hour time frame. I will explain to you the long that I took in a bit, and I actually took longs from right at here all the way up to here. Yeah, at about a 4 pip stop loss of a risk to reward of 10 RR. So looking on the left, we can see that there's a lot of imbalance over here, guys. 1 second. Imbalance are over here, multiple imbalances where price can potentially tap into. And currently prices looks like it is accumulating and retracing, right? So what we mean by that is that we see some kind of accumulation, potentially we can see some bullish momentum and bullish confirmations at this demand zone right here, okay? Sorry about that. So, and if you look at structure as a whole, okay, what is structure, okay? If you look at the 30 minutes time frame, guys, the 30 minutes time frame, we can actually see that price is forming low highs and lower lows on the 30 minutes time frame. And that is because we can see that there's a high, 1 second, guys, a high from here, a low high, a low low, and another low high is being formed here. And that is the reason why I believe that price can potentially pushing down further to at least clear out this specific low. All right, guys, so that is an area that I think price can potentially tap into. So currently we are definitely still structurally bearish. And if I go down to the lower time frame further, the 15 minutes time frame, let's talk about that. We can see that price is currently, it is bearish, and further down. And just a second, guys, seems like the stream is lagging. Yep, okay, so guys, okay, I can see some fair value gap right at this area here. And I could potentially see price actually coming down up to this area and tap and hit down further. So that would be something that I would definitely take a note of. So on the 5 minutes time frame, guys, okay, we see the price is bearish. Okay, it's coming down further. And actually, I am in the current position right now on Euro USD, and I'll explain my position shortly because I actually took both longs and shorts. So the long that I took happened right at here at about 0.54, and I took it up to about 47. Yeah, 47. And let me just change the color of this. Not this color. Yeah, this color. So, and I'm actually in a short position as well, because for this position, I took it in the afternoon or close to the Asian session, and I actually closed that trade fully already. And the reason why I took a short, and I'll explain to you where I took a short from, is I actually took it off these levels right above here. And I'm anticipating price to come back down further to even tap onto this low and potentially clear the low below over here. That is an area that I would definitely be looking for. All right, guys. So if we come and take a look at current price, okay, and we go down to the lower time frame, let me explain to you my entry, okay. So for this specific entry that I took over here on Euro USD, you can see that price is in some kind of retracement up after it broke structure. This entire bearish leg broke structure, guys. Okay. So upon this retracement, I was looking for areas for me to take shots. Okay, and 1 second, guys. Okay, and there is a specific area for me to take shots off, and it is this specific area here. So I actually took shots off at about 3.1 over here, because when price actually pushed up after it broke structure internally, I actually took a shot over here. Stop loss, I actually put it slightly higher at about 6.7 pips, and it is currently floating at close to about let's say 24 pips. So I believe that price can potentially push down further to the low at 1.05818. And actually, I will be looking for some stacking opportunities over here at Euro USD. So what I mean by that stacking opportunities, guys, I mean that this potential area that I have singled out just now is an area that price can potentially tap into. Okay, guys? So the reason why I say that area price could potentially tap into is because it is a 15 minutes imbalance. Let me just shade this color stronger for you guys. Okay, let's do dark blue. Okay, so the area that specific zone here, I'll be looking for price to tap into and look for some kind of distribution of that level. Okay, before taking price down further. So actually currently we can see that price actually rebounded off this demand zone. So if you would like to look for buy to sell approach, and what I mean by buy to sell approach, I mean that we buy current price, look for long opportunities, and buy price to the next sell zone over here, where you then look for shorts over here. Okay, so that's a potential possible trade idea that could potentially happen on Euro USD. So now let's go to the 1 minute time frame to look for some potential shorts. Longs. To long price up to this blue area zone at 1.622, and where we will be looking for short positions. Okay, guys. So of course, this demand zone is currently being validated. However, if it's invalidated, that could spell something else for us. Okay. So let's go down further to the 1 minute time frame. Let me delete this to the positions that this position I'm currently in, the short position. 1 second. Yes, this position I'm still inside, guys, and I'm waiting patiently. So let me just delete this for clarity purposes. And if we're looking at the 1 minute time frame, let me just change the color of this zone. It's very, very, very ugly. Let me just change it to something that's more visible. So if I actually change, okay, so we'll be looking at two zones over here. This demand zone is something that we'll be looking at too. So let's see how price react off this specific low here, right? Currently we can see equal highs building up over here at this low right here. Let me just color this black. So let's wait and see, okay? So I would enter a position on Euro USD at about, so this is how the trade setup would look like, okay? So let me just pull up the markup tool. All right, we could potentially see price continue moving down, clear this specific low here. We see price start pushing up, okay? We see a nice break of structure. Wait for a double break of structure and enter some nice long positions, guys. So that is actually something that we can potentially look into. So let's monitor price. So today will be me purely analyzing Euro USD, okay? Because I want to just focus on a pair and show you guys how I analyze and how I actually, the confirmations that I partake in before I take a trade. So if you guys are keen, make sure to follow my social media page, which is at chen_yu, where I post a lot of daily forecasts, and ideas. Okay, those ideas are very, 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 resourceful and valuable. So definitely do follow my partner's one at DogeStonks. I will leave a link at the description box down below. So if you look at current price, it actually respected this low over here and is currently pushing up, okay? So we can also see that there is a lot of liquidity lying around of these specific zones. Let me label them as liquidity hotspots. So actually, if you look at this, we could potentially start looking for longs, okay? And the reason why I say that is because if we look on a structural standpoint on the 1 minute time frame, right, guys? On the 1 minute time frame, we see that there's very nice bearish, very nice bearish structure coming down, up, break structure. Okay, so this is a bit suspicious because this break of structure over here could actually be seen as a sweep of liquidity as well. Okay, guys, so that is something to be mindful about. Okay, guys, so as you can currently see, price actually taken liquidity off the levels over here at 1.06086. So what I would like to see for price to potentially hit up to the blue zone that I've marked out over here, okay, I would like to see price actually move higher and make a second break of structure, a nice retracement, and then I will enter them. So that's what I would like to see price move. Okay, and the reason being so is actually I've already explained just now. It is because, let me just change these colors, very glaring. Yeah, so it is because this could be perceived as a grab of liquidity to push price further down. Okay, however, this grab of liquidity did not fail to push price further down, and it actually respected this specific low at 1.0603. So what that could potentially spell for us is that we could potentially see price hit up further. However, as I have mentioned, okay, now we would like to at least wait for a proper second break of structure and a nice retracement before we enter some kind of longs. Sorry about that. So let's wait and see, guys. Okay, so that will be the trade. So let's see how or what price goes or does. So if I explain, I will be waiting for some short position over here, right at this spot over here. I would like to be waiting to look for some kind of short trade setup right at this zone here. So do take note of that, guys, for those who are currently watching. So yeah, so let's be patient and see. Okay, we have now witnessed a second break of structure, guys. Okay, however, what I would like to see price actually do is a clearer break of structure, or you could actually enter aggressively right over here. You know, that could be a potential aggressive trade. However, okay, as I've mentioned, I would like to see a clearer break of structure. If not, this could be perceived as a grab of liquidity, guys. And if we go to the 15 minutes time frame to take a look, all right, this could potentially be perceived as a sweep of liquidity to push price further down as well. So that's something that we would have to watch out for. All right. Hi guys. So for those who are streaming in, okay, if you have any questions, do let me know. Okay. I'm definitely keen and will be keen on analyzing any currency pairs that you guys are interested in. So if you look on the 5 minute or at the 5 minutes time frame now, okay, so this is very interesting because on the 5 minutes time frame, it is looking more like a sweep of liquidity. So like how I mentioned earlier, I would like to see a clearer break of structure on the 1 minute time frame. If not, it is perceived as a sweep of liquidity. So looking on the 3 minutes time frame, guys, we could see that it looks like, you know, the candle just rejected off this high over here. So if you look on the 1 minute time frame, okay, so this over here can be perceived as a sweep of liquidity. So we will be patient and continue monitoring how price moves, okay? So let me just draw the feed and see where price is tapping into. So you can see price actually tapped into the 0.5 area very nicely. And it seems like price could potentially hit higher too after this, you know, as I've mentioned, could be perceived as either a liquidity take or a breakout structure. So for those aggressive entry, we could actually enter price over here at current price levels and stop loss just below, okay, at about 5.5 pips or maybe even higher at about 5.2 pips. And we can run our trade up to the area that I talked about, okay, for a risk to reward of 2.44, guys, okay. I just want to reiterate that I am not in this trade, okay, because I want to wait and see proper confirmations. And this liquidity taken thing that I've mentioned just now just seems more like a liquidity grab to hit down further. However, I might be wrong and I will be patient to wait and see how price or what price does, okay. So this will give a risk to reward about 2.44, which is very attractive, as you can see over here. So let's see what price does, guys. Let's see what price actually does. So if you see a 15 minutes time frame, it seems like the bullish pressure is still there. Okay, and if we go down to the 3 minutes time frame, you know, price does look good to head up further if the 3 minutes actually close like that. And we could potentially look for any form of longs over at Euro USD. So I would actually try to enter a small position over here of about 0.0, 0.5% actually. I think that would be good. So 0.5% for me on Euro USD to test and see what price does. Okay. So if we actually enter price, our entries right over here. Okay, guys, just let's take a quick look first. Okay, well, guys, okay, so if you look at current price, okay, I have not entered on the trade, okay, but I would have entered on the trade if I actually see proper rejection of this specific zone over here. Okay, guys, so that is an area that I would actually like to see price properly reject that area before I actually look for any form of longs over at Euro USD. Okay, if not, it would be far too risky to enter anything. And looking at current price now, I will not be entering anything at all. And that is final. I will definitely not be looking to enter on Euro USD. So sorry guys, let me just charge because my computer is dying. And if you look at current price, okay, as I've mentioned, this liquidity taken zone over here is a potential cause of concern because it is not a strong break of structure, guys. It is not a strong break of structure. Let me just explain that very clearly. There is a lot of liquidity lying below over here. Okay, so if I were to look for any longs on Euro USD, I would like to see price come up here, look for another proper clear break of structure before I look for some retracement and for some longs all the way up into 1.080620. So let's see what price does, guys. As I mentioned, it is also a risky trade to take because there is a liquidity hotspots area below over here, guys. So that is an area that is very, very dangerous. And we'll see how price moves. So I personally would not be entering on this trade. Okay, I would have entered if I actually saw proper strong bearish structure, bullish momentum up. However, as of right now, there is actually no bullish momentum, unfortunately. And let's see how what price does. Okay, so let's just wait patiently, guys. All right, guys, so we can see that price actually went down further over here. Okay, and we can see that this trade is invalid already. Okay, it is currently invalidated because price doesn't seem like it's coming down to clear the liquidity hotspots below. Or it is coming down to clear the liquidity hotspots below actually. So let's continue monitoring and see what price does. There will not be any trade or long setups currently or any trade that I will be taking. All right, guys, now this changes things, guys. We can see price actually rejecting off this area below over here. So there is a sharp rejection of this zone here. And it's currently showing very strong bullish momentum, guys. Very strong bullish momentum. So let's see what price does, okay? Because I will be, as I've mentioned, looking for shorts above this area here, this blue zone, and look for some potential longs that could possibly happen. However, as we can see, the bullish momentum is not very strong, and there is not very clear break of structure over here at Euro on Euro USD, guys. All right. So let's see what price does. Alright guys, what's up? Let's see if price can potentially inch further up. I will not be taking any longs, okay, because there is no clear break of structure. And what I mean by clear break of structure, I would like to see price actually closing fully above these areas and not to see some kind of rejection from the upside, okay? So let's potentially look further at price at the current price. So as I've mentioned, I will not be looking for some proper longs over here at the current price because it is too, the confirmations are not strong enough, guys. So let's just see. So as I've mentioned, okay, we'll be looking for some shorts over this area, and I actually think that currently I would just look for shorts because the long confirmations are, it is not strong enough. Okay, and that would be it for today's live stream, guys. Okay, so I'm actually gonna continue to look for longs, I'm sorry, for shorts over this blue zone at 1.0621. Okay, so I will be waiting to see how price actually reacts off this zone to look for further shorts. As I've mentioned, I am in a current position right now. Okay, I'm in a short position at Euro USD, and I actually entered on this retracement over here. So right here it's floating at about 22 pips, a decent 22 pips. And the reason why I entered at this specific area is because if you look at a structural smart money concept standpoint, guys, okay, you can see that the structure is, it have actually made a very clear break of structure over here. So that is a very clear break of structure, okay? And price actually broke structure and retraced up, and that's the reason why I took for shorts over this area. And I actually looked for shorts at the lower time frame on the 1 minute time frame, as I have mentioned earlier just now. So I will still be holding on to this trade, okay? Because I'll be awaiting to see how price or what price does to continue down further. As I've mentioned, I believe price can continue down further to even the low at 1.05819. Okay, guys? So we will see. And that will be it for today's live stream, guys. Okay, so I hope that you guys actually gained something off from here. And it really means a lot to us for if you guys actually like the stream, and actually comment something down on the comment section below. Okay, guys? Yep, so make sure to follow our social media links. I will be putting out, okay, so you can see the social media links have already been placed below, and make sure to follow us and give us a subscribe. Okay, guys, thanks so much, and I will see and catch you guys again